Hey everybody, this is Bill Pear and you're welcome to another episode of Runner in Development. And this week I'm going to cover off Spotify. So what is Spotify? Well, basically what Spotify is a streaming service that you can use on your phone or an iPad or so on. And what it does is it allows you to stream music to your machine. Now you don't have to store it on your machine, the music that is, but what you can do then is stream the music that's available to Spotify to your machine. And it's a free service that's ad driven, so you can listen to music, or there's a subscription version of it as well, which is about €10 a month in Ireland, which means that it's ad free, and then you have access to it over multiple devices, which is the one that I use. So, for example, in the past, I would have had, say, 400 CDs that I would have built up over the years. And what that meant was then to listen to the music that I wanted. I either had two options. I either had one of those CD Walkmans, if you might remember those things from a long time ago, or more recently, you would download the songs onto your machine and then transfer them onto your phone. And usually what happened then was you would have, that's a bit of work involved in that, but usually what you find is that you will have three or four songs in each of those CDs that you want. So you're kind of trying to strip out those songs and listen to them, which means that you don't have to do that anymore. So you can select individual songs off albums that you like. And the beauty of it is then that all the songs are stored in the cloud, and what they do then is they stream to your device. Now, what that means is obviously it's going to use up your data allowance, but you do have the option. There is an option at the flick of a switch in the app that allows you to store the songs onto your phone. So I currently have about 200 songs stored on my phone, and what I do is regularly I will sit down and cull out the songs that I don't like anymore, that I'm fed up of listening to, because they don't disappear. They just go off your phone. You can get them back again, and they're no longer on your phone. And then what you're doing then is refreshing the songs. And I like to have a lot of songs on the phone, because where I live, the signal, the broadband, well, obviously the broadband can be a little bit problematic, but if you're out in the long run, or even if you're in a foreign country, you want to have those songs on your phone so you can listen to them at will. You can the good one of the good things about Spotify that I like is it gives you these. You listen to your own music, so you pick your own songs. And what it does, what they also have are the option to they send you emails, and on the app as well, there's suggested songs to listen to. And they also have prepared genres that might be something. So it would be, say, rock, running, calming music, and so on. And you can go through these things here, and this again helps you kind of expose you to more music, and I really like that. So I have prepared my own playlist, and that's very easy to do. You effectively it's like liking a song, and all you effectively do is just click on the song and add it into your playlist, and it sits in there. And again, like I said, you have the option to either stream that song, or you have the option to save it on. You have the option to save it onto your phone. Um, I have so what you will need also. So sorry there. What you'll need is you'll need something to clearly carry your phone when you're out running, when you're running along. And what I have here is I have this armband here. So it's just one of these kind of typical armbands that fits around your arm, and the phone just slots in the top here. And then you have the window on the front that allows you to access it. So that's obviously very useful, and very effective in that if you're out running, and I've run in some really, really wet days here in Ireland, and this keeps your phone dry, and you have access to your phone. And even if you're sweating and stuff like that, it's breathable, and so your phone doesn't get all wet inside, which is important with your phone, that it doesn't get destroyed. So you'll need one of these things. You do have the option, obviously, to stick your phone in your pocket if you have a pocket, or on a belt. But I find the arm piece to be very useful. I wouldn't fancy the thoughts of running with an iPhone in my pocket. It would be bouncing around a bit, and it could maybe cause you a bit of an injury. One of the downsides of obviously using a thing such as an iPhone when you're out running is that the battery can be quite limited. And the if you're running streaming iTunes to your not iTunes, if you're streaming music to your phone, And say you have an app running on your phone that is recording your distance. So I have the app on my phone, Polar, and what it does then is it hooks into the heart rate monitor on my chest. So there's a lot of activity going on there, and it can really sap the battery in your iPhone, which means that you might get at most 20 kilometers. So if you're under 20 kilometers, you can get back no problem. But what I find is that if you want to go for a run longer than that the phone will definitely cut out. And that's a real problem, because sometimes when I find that the music that I'm listening to, because I've specifically chosen it, it's very motivating music, and it can really help me, especially on the homeward journey. So what I've invested in is, I've invested in one of these. Basically it's a spare battery. That's what it is, and it's solar powered. You can charge it using the sun, but in Ireland, because the weather being what it is, this thing will take you like a million years to charge in Ireland. I don't think I've ever charged it in Ireland using the sun, but what it does have, you can plug it into the mains, and you can charge it up, and it's charged in a couple of hours, and then it will charge the phone maybe 2 or 3 times. So on a very long run, if I'm out on a very long run and I'm carrying a bottle of water with me, and it'll come with pockets, or I'll have a belt on me, what I'll basically have is the iPhone will be on my arm, and then I'll have this connected to it. And what it does then is it's either charging up the phone as we go, or if the phone starts to run dead, what I can do is just plug it into this, and then very quickly it'll charge the phone back up. So that is very effective. That is excellent. And actually, I got this thing here from at discount supermarkets in Ireland called Lidl, and I think it was only about €20. But you can spend a lot of money. You can get some really high end ones, and I'm sure they're very good. That's what you're paying for. But this thing here now, I've had it for a year, and it's fine. It's never let me down. It's excellent. So really, that's all I just want to say, is that use Spotify because it's very good. There's like 20 million songs, great access. Very easy to use, and I really enjoy using it, and it's exposed me to a lot of songs. And coupled with something like Shazam, so when you're out running, or if you're listening to somewhere and you like a song, you can Shazam it, and it gives you the option to open in Spotify, and you can link the two of them together and listen to it. And so it's a fantastic thing. Obviously, the downside of listening to any kind of music on your iPhone is that it will kill your battery fairly quickly. So that's really it. I'd give it 5 stars. If I was asked to recommend it, I would recommend Spotify wholeheartedly. It's well worth trying it out on your phone and seeing if you like it. So as for next week, what I plan to cover off next week is ITBS, iliotibial band syndrome. So basically, the large band that runs down the side of your leg is causing me problems. Apparently, it's a very common affliction in others. It's causing me problems at the moment, where if I'm running more than 5 or 6K at the moment, I can really feel it, and it's really bothering me. And even though a few weeks back I was able to run a half marathon, now it did stop me, but I've managed to kind of work my way through it, so that's probably not helping at all. So what I'd like to do is kind of cover that off next week, with regards to maybe some of the strategies and the things that I've had to use to try and help me. Because although it's in my left leg now, it was in my right leg some time back, and I have managed to work through it, and my right leg doesn't bother me anymore. So that's really it for this week. If you have any questions on Spotify or any other of the videos that I've put up so far, please feel free to ask away. And again, thank you for watching, and I look forward to talking to you next week. So take care now. Bye bye.